Oh, I'm well aware of that story.
And that he
What's this
was.
about bestiality?
We're talking about how one of the most famous cases of bestiality was in Washington State.
Oh, that's a great way to open the show. Hello, everybody.
Well, I
How's it
mean,
going?
you also missed how AI art bots have a plan to replace e-thoughts and OnlyFans.
My
Yeah,
connection.
I almost started the show on that without you.
My connection has gone to beans.
All right, jump out and reset. I'll add you back in.
We got a lot of content that we think is funny.
Well,
And much like professional comic book artists who work for the big two, we only focus on what entertains us, not what entertains other people.
you don't get to be in front, Ayrton.
Oh, sorry. I don't do that on purpose. I think it just goes alphabetical.
No, I add you first usually, and then I add me afterwards.
Oh,
But yeah, speaking of hogs, horses, and cocaine bears, I made some chili today.
hell yeah.
It's one of those. It's one of those things I have to do before it gets warm again. To make chili
Right.
beans.
Hello.
But, actually, hello, Joe. I actually used a new recipe. Usually I don't add a whole lot of liquid to my chili, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by it. So that's been my contribution to the show. You guys take it away.
Well,
So-
Ayrton asked an important question about the current chapter in the saga of Ethan Ralph.
Well, hold on. I want to go
What?
back to the AI thing before I forget.
Well, pull up the art so that we can show to people.
Can I show this on YouTube? We got in trouble for
You
showing
can.
this.
You can. None of this is that naked.
Okay, hold on.
And I mean,
None of
we've
it's-
been trying to get banned off of YouTube since like October of last year.
Oh yeah,
so.
that's right. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
We are so small that it would take a lot for the AI to notice us.
Oh, we got taken
See-
down for something like this before.
Okay. So yeah,
And
those
Joe's gone again.
Uh-oh. I mean,
Yeah.
this
All
is
these-
really good for AI.
No. Did you see the fingers in the first image though?
Well, I mean, look at the fingers on this image.
Yeah, but look at the fingers on the phone in the first image. You got a finger coming out of nowhere under the original index finger.
Yeah.
but it is a
But
massive improvement.
who's looking at her fingers? Come on now.
Obviously, me, the happily married guy.
So just think, we are very close to being able to give these lovely ladies an OnlyFans account, and we can use Chat GPT to talk to the people in chat
You know,
who are looking at the images of them that are naked.
are you giving the plan away, Larry? Like we should be talking about this in back channels, not on the air. Like this is our $1 million plan.
So, but that was actually I came up with this idea and I kept forgetting to bring it up to you guys because I think it'd be funny for us specifically to do because we're assholes. What if we wrote like a 12-page webcomic and did all of the art and all of the dialogue based off of AI prompts and just see what happens? And we can use like, oh, church is gone.
Uh-oh.
And we can just
Everybody's dropping off.
we can just use like shitty Photoshop to like put the text in where it needs to go and stuff. Wouldn't that be fun?
The problem is that you're not able to get a good enough quality consistently yet.
That's
With
the
the art.
point.
Yeah. Like I want one panel to look like it was like Mickey Mouse art and another panel to look like it was
Yeah, see,
Jack
church-
Kirby in his prime, and then another panel to look like a cheap, Wish.com Liefeld.
I mean, I am
Which
familiar.
Liefeld is just Wish.com Todd McFarlane, so
I mean, I'm familiar enough with how that works. I can attempt to create images for you.
I mean, I've already got the plot synopsis for our comic. I
Yeah,
read
we've
it
had-
live on the show.
Yeah, we've had it for a while. So if we just run that and then
No, Chat GPT made it for us.
Sure, no. But I mean, you can make with a little bit of work that into a web comic.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun if we just sat here for a couple hours and streamed it. We'll stream the whole process and just like put in a bunch of different prompts until we get like the most ridiculous shit we possibly can,
I
and
mean,
then
we
turn
can
it
do
into a
something like
comic. I thought it'd be fun, and I thought us four as a group would be primed to make AI comics.
You see, what would be even better is if we took suggestions from the chat.
We could do that, but we need people on Rumble to actually chat. I can see that you're watching.
We know you're in
Okay,
there.
not right. Okay, not right now. Or, well, we have one watching, but
so do we want to wait for Rune before we talk about the saga of the possibly but not really runaway horse?
Nah, I mean he'll come back when he comes back, if he comes back.
All right.
Holding up the content because I may only be around for about an hour tonight because I have to get up and get ready for work tomorrow. But we'll see.
Okay.
Oof. So Ayrton asked, "What if anything in the current saga of Ethan Ralph is true?" And here's what we know that is true. Number
Everything
one,
is true.
well,
It was
not
a work
everything can
and
be
it
true.
wasn't a work.
So what we know for a fact is true is that there was a flight to Italy that was delayed by 2 hours because somebody was hollering. And Ethan Ralph has said, I was the man who was hollering.
No. See, here's the thing. You don't understand. See, our good friend Hulk Hogan has specifically made this very clear for all of us to understand. And I will quote directly from the man himself. Just let me pull the screen up here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Yep, there we go. All right, from the wisdom of Hulk Hogan himself. Good night, Hulkamaniacs, and jabroni marks without a life that don't know it's a work. When you work a work and work yourself into a shoot, marks. So that's what it is. You work to work into a shoot. And you're all marks, including the people that support Ethan Ralph and didn't know it was a work. Because, having no proof that it's a work definitely means you meant it as a goof, brother.
Which you mean like May's father, who has been giving them money to support their hobo lifestyle?
I mean, it's not that much money. They live in Mexico.
That's what I said.
Ethan Ralph, hold up. Ethan Ralph, hold up. Since the
don't you know tequila is 35% cheaper there, Larry?
Well, hold up. So the fine scholars at Kiwi Farms found out what Ethan Ralph's paying for rent in Mexico. He's paying $1,500 US a month.
What?
1,500?
I pay less than that in Toadsuck, Arkansas, where rent's been rising steadily for the past 8 years.
Holy shit!
And the place he's living in is basically a concrete box.
Well, yeah,
a
that's
moldy
Mexico.
concrete box.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to discuss this, we have to consult the actual source. Ethan Ralph versus Pantsu Kiwi Farms.
I mean, it's technically over multiple threads, but yes.
Well, I mean, I can't be fucked, Larry.
And the real work here is Ethan Ralph is
working himself into his shoot.
No. Is working us so that we're not talking about Ethan Van Sciver's hat problem.
I'm talking about Ethan Van Sciver's hair color problems.
Okay. Was I the only one that noticed that Ralph looks like Ethan Van Sciver in 20 years?
Even though he's 20 years younger.
Yeah. Am I the only one that noticed that in the airport selfies that he posted?
I mean, he has the face of, a chronic alcoholic.
All Ethans look alike. Ralph kind of looks like Ethan Klein too. Now that he's gotten fatter.
I mean, Ethan.
Now that which
reminds
one's
me-
gotten fatter?
Yes.
Ethan actually reminds me of the main character of the video game Disco Elysium, where you're playing an amnesiac, drunk, drug addict police officer, and the key to achieving your
Church, can
first
you
stage.
sue for life rights?
Yes.
Hold up.
Okay.
So the key to solving the first stage of the game is to use the powers of schizophrenia to learn racism.
Well, Kiwi Farms is being an asshole, and or my internet is being an asshole, or both. So,
I mean, there are several.
I didn't know it was racism time so early.
I mean, Larry said it. You have to learn racism in that video game.
Mhm.
I thought that was a nice segue on
okay.
how do we be racist against Bulgarians. Larry was going to inform me of this.
Well, I mean, we shouldn't just focus on racism by color. We need to go deeper. We need to go down several layers of racism.
Wait, what are you showing on the screen?
Kiwi Farms.
No, it's super. I have like 3 different windows open so I can keep a watch on everything, so I can barely see it.
I mean, it's a great
I
place
increased
to
it a
go
little
buy.
bit there.
It's a great place to go buy a small flightless bird.
So, first off, talk about the important thing tonight that happened.
Yeah.
The Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs will meet one another in the Super Bowl this year. The superb owl, if you will.
Okay, I don't really watch hockey, so
Yeah, I know. I'm an
the
Eagles
starting
fan,
quarterback-
so I don't have to care about football, and I'm really tired of them winning the playoffs so that I have to care.
So the starting quarterback of the Eagles was born after the Dallas Cowboys last won the Super Bowl. And,
Yes.
he went from being a baby to becoming a grown man playing in the NFL, preventing the Dallas Cowboys from going to the Super Bowl.
Well, he personally didn't prevent them, but he did beat the team that prevented them from going to the Super Bowl. Which I feel like is better. Not because my
And you see-
mother-in-law is a Cowboys fan or anything.
And you see, I used to I used to make fun of Eagles fans, but I'm happy for y'all that you finally got that monkey off your back.
E-A-G-L-E-S.
Much like I'll be happy for the Lions fans when they get the monkey off their back.
Well,
I'll be happy
here's the great
for the
thing about
Browns
being
fan.
an Eagles fan, Larry, and here's the thing that a lot of people don't recognize about being an Eagles fan. As an Eagles fan, no matter what happens, I know there's going to be a riot in Philadelphia after the Super Bowl.
I mean, you remember what happened to Friendship Robot?
No, but the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
is like after
Hold-
every Eagles game in Philadelphia, there's a riot, regardless
No,
of whether they win or lose.
church. So there's this group of Canadians researchers, right? These Canadians. They made a robot called Friendship Robot. And Friendship Robot went all across the North American continent to be friends with people. And then it went
It
to
hitchhiked.
Philadelphia. Yeah, it hitchhiked.
Not,
and then it went
not
to
in Philadelphia, you don't.
And it was 30 minutes into Philadelphia, the robot was destroyed.
Good. I don't consort with those of the robot race.
I agree. I don't like them robots. Like I was telling Larry, I went down a rabbit hole this week on antique motorcycles, like 30s, 40s, Harleys, BMWs and stuff.
The old bobtails and shit.
Well, that was a customization that people would do.
Yeah.
So like WLAs, that was, or WLDs. The WLA was Harley's like World War II motorcycle. the BMW.
Have you
Are-
looked into those kits you can get where you can basically build your own bike for like $1,000?
Yeah,
Ugh.
they're not the greatest. If I was going to do that, I would just buy what's
No,
called
but
well, I would buy what's called a basket case, which is basically a whole motorcycle. Like a lot of the times, it's old BMWs and old Hondas from the 60s and 70s. It'll be like 3 or 4 crates of just all the parts, and you put it back together. I've done it before, so I would rather do that than just buy some random ass Chinese kit
And if
where I don't know what the
nice
quality.
bike.
oh
Yeah.
no, these aren't Chinese. The ones that I'm talking about were put out by what's that one manufacturer? The Indian name one.
You
Indian.
mean Indian?
It might be.
Or are you talking about Polaris?
they put
because
out,
Polaris owns Indian motorcycles now.
Well,
Or are you
this
talking
was
about a
before
motorcycle
Polaris bought
company
them,
from India, the country?
No. It was Indian motorcycles. That's what I was
Okay.
thinking of. Because they used to have like the headdress logo and all that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They used to have American made kits that you could get. The only problem was it was like a piss poor engine that, came with them. So you would
Yeah.
always
it's
want
an
to swap
Indian
the
engine.
engine out.
It's an Indian engine.
So you would always want to
Of
swap
course,
the engine out with like a used Honda or a used Harley engine. But aside from that, the frame and the everything was top
Yeah.
tier.
And
You could customize them because I always wanted one with ape hangers because
You
that's
would.
who I am and who I care about.
So let's get back to the top of the sector, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, from the top on down, the best in the sector.
Right.
On January 29th, 2023, at 4:33 a.m.,
I.e.
Ralph's
today.
wife, as of January 12th, has abandoned him at JFK International Airport and left with their child instead of taking a connecting flight to Rome, Italy for a honeymoon. Ralph now claims this was a work. So Ralph first starts his flex off with a picture of a stroller he bought for the baby.
Using
That,
his father-in-law's money.
Yes. He bought a recalled stroller, first and foremost.
I mean, it's probably not recalled to Mexico, in fairness to Ralph.
By the way,
Yeah.
Einbrecht's over in the chat over on Rumble. What's up, man?
Oh, how's it going, Ibra? We can't highlight your shit over here on StreamYard, but what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. And the other 7 people who aren't participating in the chat. I understand. Chats are gay.
At least
LOL,
give us a
some
thumbs
guy-
up over there, you fucks.
LOL, some guy took a pic with me at JFK Airport. Awesome feeling. Yeah. That's not really what that was about, Ralph. I too take pictures with, oddities and people fatter than me so I can feel good about myself later in the day. Then we have this little number here. I saw a walrus at an airport. I'd get a pic. Soak it in, brother. You deserve it. Ralph is in New York City. Have a fun honeymoon trip. I didn't realize they made cameras with a wide enough zoom that could do that.
So, first things first, how does this sound?
Much
better.
better.
Great. Yeah, you're
All
good.
right. So here's the second thing. You guys were breaking up really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like the second you came back to church, Larry was just like a machine. So we are not at my usual machine. We are at my work machine.
Okay.
I have transitioned the station into the other room. So I don't have webcam right now, but I got everything else.
You're good.
Yeah.
Well, we sound okay. Everybody sound off.
Everybody sounds fine so far. I haven't
Okay.
heard from Larry, but I mean,
I think I sound fine.
I mean, apparently he sounds like he's on heroin, according to church.
He
but-
does.
Right.
Amanda Morris has absconded, broke out the thesaurus for that one. With my child in New York City, we had an argument in the airport and no charges, of course. It was an argument on the plane, like literally nothing. But now she has disappeared with my daughter. I'm in NYC. He repeats things, and I don't know if you noticed this, but he repeats the fact that he's in New York City twice.
Well, I mean, people who've had multiple concussions and do drugs and alcohol tend to do that.
Okay. Trust no bitch.
I don't necessarily disagree with the sentiment of that tweet.
Then a random bystander, Amanda Riley, who became the main character for a few hours this morning, post to Delta Airline in response with reply pics of your last Delta trip. 2-hour delay headed to Rome due to an unruly passenger at JFK. Thank you at Delta. Nobody wanted to put up with that for 8 hours.
So can we talk about the fact that somebody on that flight has to have cell phone footage?
Oh yeah. That's
hollering
been a
a
big
hog?
part of the queue. That's been a big part of this particular thread. I read through it this morning before I went back to bed, and because I'm an old man. I get
some
up to,
people are working on getting a Freedom of Information Act request in to get footage of Ethan Ralph being removed from the plane.
there is a recording from the radios at the Delta Airlines with the security that pulled the passenger off the plane.
All right.
Yeah, that's been posted to Twitter. I don't have a family. I have a whore to claim to be my wife. Ethan Ralph, 2023, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Christ is King, Church, as you all know.
I got the real tape if the bitch wants to play this game. Insinuating that he has revenge porn of his current wife that he is ready to post if she decides to, quote unquote, play this game.
I mean Church, in fairness to Ethan Ralph, once you're already a convicted sex offender, you can't be more of a convicted sex offender.
Larry, I don't know if you know how the legal system works or not, buddy, but yes, you can.
You can just be charged with additional sex offenses. That doesn't make you a super sex offender.
Yeah, there's not like tiers.
You level up. No, you do. You level up to getting your ass beat by an old guy with a cane in prison. That's the top level of sex offender.
I mean, this is Ethan Ralph. He could turn a street corner, get beat by an old man with a cane.
Maybe it'll happen in Rome. We can only hope.
So, friends of ours in Comicsgate in Exile, please make Ethan Ralph a supervillain called the Super Sex Offender. Make it happen.
Hey, that can be the villain
Vito.
for our AI.
All he's wearing is a MAGA hat, a banana hammock, and a cape.
It's the pudgy pig from Power Rangers in a MAGA hat
and a banana hammock,
a man purse.
Yeah,
and the Fed T-shirt that doesn't cover the gut.
He's wearing a Groiper hat.
Oh yeah, the Groiper hat and some red basketball shorts with the belly hanging out, that's bifurcated up the middle.
Yeah, guys, make this happen.
In a rare moment of clarity, Vito Giswaldi chimes in and says, "Delete this and work it out privately, man." When Vito is the straight man, you've got problems, son. She swallows too. Alana Morris of Rochester, machinist of some shit. Of some sort.
That's May's sister he's referring to.
Yes, I don't even understand the context of that tweet.
He had previously claimed that his sister-in-law blew him.
And he claimed it was better than the woman he is allegedly accused of sexually assaulting from the IP2 bus.
Yes.
We got some delicious memes here. There's Ralph, and the baby on the horse's back with May's face superimposed over the length of the horse head. That's pretty good.
I dig that.
But yeah, okay. So in less than 24 hours, there have been 67 pages of this fiasco on Kiwi Farm.
Jeez.
Well,
Basically, Ethan Ralph has leveled up in the lolcow hierarchy to replace.
He's become the new Chris Chan. Yes, he's become the new Chris Chan.
Well, yeah, when Chris Chan was arrested, the spirit of the CPU goddess transferred out of Chris Chan into
Yes,
Ralph.
the demon,
because,
the CPU god demon. Yes,
right.
Yeah, because the
which
spirit
was,
needs a host.
which was summoned by Temple OS.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, no, Temple OS was built to contain the demon, and
Right.
after Terry died, then that
Right.
released the demon.
No one was there to upkeep the portal.
Right.
But so the thing that I noticed about this catastrophe train wreck is more recently, within the last several hours, Ethan has changed tacks to claiming that it was a skit, that his
It was
wife
a
work.
set it up.
It was just a prank, bro.
Yeah,
as Einbrecht says,
hold on,
that's his
hold on.
favorite part.
I got this, Larry. Ethan Ralph envisions himself as a 24/7 pro wrestling heel,
right.
akin to that of the Iron Sheik or Hollywood Hogan in the NWO era. And everything in his life is a wrestling angle to him.
Right. The
So
thing is,
this
that
this was all a work, brother. This was all a work, and you're all marks for falling for it.
my thing is
disloyal.
my thing is that we always, in conversation, not us specifically, but in a pejorative sense, hear about things like false rape accusations, and we're really conflicted because on one level you don't want to outright disbelieve someone who's claiming something really awful, but you need proof, and there needs to be police work and the like, right? And it's awful that our system is fuckered in such a way that you can destroy someone's life with an accusation, right? Mm-hmm. Well, cops are not involved in this situation. I really think they should be, because I have a problem with anyone bearing false witness. And if it wasn't a setup, it's awful. If it was a setup, it's still criminal. You don't claim that your wife kidnapped your child on public forum.
Well, in not so much fairness, but to add context, Ethan Ralph was very hot, and he may have just thought she ran off with their kid because he was paranoid because of cocaine and marijuana.
Well, in the first, I don't give a shit. In the second, I don't give a shit. And in the third, if he was on cocaine in addition to marijuana, one of those is a hard drug, which means he's still breaking the law and should still be picked up by a cop. They can test you. While that shit's in your system, you're still a criminal.
I mean, he was also drunk, too.
In public. Good job.
Yes. He didn't want to be drunk in public, though. He wanted to be drunk on a plane.
which is somehow better. I'm just saying there's a cavalcade of problems here, and I understand that like somebody's got to bring a complaint, but really it's like, dude, cops, when do you move? When do you act on this level of dumb that is a danger to everyone?
Ethan's currently living in a concrete box in Mexico.
Yeah, but he was in New York. They could have picked him up there.
Right, but that takes time. Get all the court procedures set up. And he normally hides out in Mexico or another country to avoid legal consequences. This
is the leftiest thing I am probably going to say for the next 6 months. No, the actual problem was that the New York cops were too busy killing poor brown people to get Ethan Ralph.
Well, they were too busy.
Black New York cops.
They were too busy dealing with the riot that happened in Times Square.
Also true.
Yeah.
I
So,
highlighted that one already. I highlighted
okay.
Hex Allen already.
I
So,
have.
Okay,
allegedly, allegedly, is part of this all being a work, bro. This is connected to the fact that May's father did cut them off of money.
Well, for everybody, just real quick to shout out Hex Allen. I did receive a package the other day, and a full review is in order, of course. But just to shout out real quick, Hex Allen fulfilled Nephilim Squadron
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
before Cyberfrog Wreck Planet came out. Just
Hey,
just saying.
hey, Cyberfrog Wreck Planets could be out in 2023 sometime.
I mean, some people are receiving their books, from what I understand.
About the same time Elon's going to make it to Mars.
But you know, just saying, I received Nephilim Squadron. I read through about the first half of it. It seems good so far. As long as it doesn't shit the bed in the second half, then we're looking forward to a good review, boys. I also received a sketch card, as well as all of the trading cards that came with the book. And sketch card was high quality. It was hand cut. It wasn't one of those sketch card like whatevers. Somewhat less detail in my book than Ethan's.
Hold
on. Out of respect for Hex and whatever relationships they may have, we're not going to go there.
Okay.
But I mean, we can talk about hats.
I mean, I was just going to politely disagree because at least Hex has a book. But okay.
Well, Wreck Planet is delivering, but I will calmly say that there is no perforated binding on this book, so I feel like it will stay together for many readings to come. And I just wanted to say thanks and let everybody know to check out Hex Allen on Twitter, keep up with their Indiegogo, because I look forward to Hex Allen producing Nephilim Squadron Volume 2 in the very near future.
Oh yeah.
So with that, we can carry on.
Well, since we're in the middle of impromptu,
real quick, Church.
All right.
Go check out what Ironbreck says over.
I see
Rumble.
it. I see it. Yeah.
All right, it's something special. But since we're in the middle of impromptu shill moment, the shill minute, of course
we need a banner for that.
I mean, we love you, Hex. I want to mention. I believe I mentioned last week that I have nice. I believe I mentioned last week that I had been working on a accessory for a small press game publisher.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give an update if I didn't give it last week because I don't recall. It's up to 42 pages.
Woo!
It has actually topped my target. I'm actually concerned that it's going to edge out towards 50 or 60. And I'm talking to a friend of mine.
So you're edging it hard, are you?
I am. But I'm talking to a friend of mine who has some capital about fronting to pay John Dillard, so I can at least get the cover done in comic style, if not the internals. I mean, still, we would hope for the internals,
right?
Tell me in the DMs how much you need to get the cover done.
Oh, well, once we know how big the book is, then John can spot us a quote. Is the thing.
Basically, he's willing to quote for the internals. He's willing to get a package deal.
Yeah.
He's willing to bundle.
Yeah. Originally I was just asking for the cover, but John was like, "No, I can do internals." It's like, "Oh, well, okay then."
Well, he has a kid. I assume he could.
Yeah, but you know, the bigger the book is, the more expensive the job.
Got him.
Yeah, it is.
The reason I wanted to give the update is because this is no longer in the realm of, well, it's Joe talking about a thing that could be nice and it's 3 or 4 pages. Like, no, this is This is actually already a book in word count. So I got a project going finally.
Once you get artwork for it, have you got somebody to format it?
Actually, that was the thing, is when I introduced this idea to John Dillard, he actually did a test page. He formatted it himself. So we've got the format planned.
Okay.
It's already formatted. So I write the text. John's gonna format it, art it.
Well,
and then
I'm envisioning a monster manual type layout situation.
Kind of. Although
you have
it's
images and tags superimposed in different areas of the page.
Yeah, although it's a bit more of a lore book because there's a lot more of like
no.
setting
I just meant for the form. I just meant for the formatting portion where you like have a textured background and a breakaway font and
right. And it's being done in a, not just because it's less expensive, but it's being done in a black and white late 80s, early 90s indie horror comic style.
Yeah.
Because black and white ink looks real good for horror.
Well, grayscale, but yeah.
But
maybe with a splash of red.
Well, for the cover at least.
Yeah, like
because you need something
the
visual.
Splash of red, maybe on a center like page or something like that.
But,
speaking of Dillard's work, let's we're talking about it. Just switch avatars real quick.
Dillard's work is the only thing that is that salad there.
Well, speaking of, and I'm serious, Dillard's work, hopes and prayers and all that jazz for Dillard, who's going in for some dental assistance in the very near future. And he's not going to be able to stream because he won't be able to talk while he's in recovery. I mean, he will be able to talk, but long-term speechcraft and smoking are not conducive to recovery from dental repair.
You know, I got my tongue pierced once, and
I'm sorry.
Back when I was a young church, and
back when he was just a multi-purpose building.
Right. You know, when I was the rec center. But when I got my tongue pierced, the doctor or the piercer was like, "Hey, you're a smoker. You should get some Listerine and carry it around with you every time you smoke. You should switch with the Listerine." And what they didn't tell me is, you know, for the few weeks you have to do that for, it's going to kill your taste buds if you're a back-a-day smoker. I woke up one morning and I had some, you know, Cocoa Krispies or some shit like that cereal. Like 22 years old, you know, living my best life. And I couldn't taste chocolate anymore. Like,
jeez.
I could tell I was eating something sweet, but I couldn't taste the chocolate taste to it.
Right.
And I can honestly say that's one of the few times I've ever contemplated sucking on a shotgun.
Actually, interesting nerdy question. Ayrton, have you ever had blackcurrant?
Like by itself?
Well,
as a candy, as a flavoring in things. Have you ever had blackcurrant?
Black licorice?
No, blackcurrant.
No, blackcurrant. It's different. Yeah, I've had it in like drinks and stuff.
Larry, have you had it?
I have.
Okay.
Obviously, no.
Okay. Well, there's a thing about that. In history moment with Joe. When blackcurrants from Europe, when they brought it over here, it came with a blight that attacked local trees. It almost destroyed major swaths of wilderness across the continent. So they imposed a ban. It wasn't allowed basically across the Mississippi, right? So over here on my coast, we've never had blackcurrant. It's always been grape, which isn't really grape flavor. It's just purple.
Oh, you mean like Black Concord flavoring?
Maybe.
It's the same flavoring they use for jelly that they call grape.
Yeah, exactly. But
okay, I've had that. It was called Black Concord.
Well, my friend in Ireland found this place. It's in Florida. It's a traditional candy maker, and he bought me some rock candy blackcurrant, sent it my way, and I consumed it in 2 days. It was insane because it is so good. It is so much more of a rounded flavor. There is so much more depth and layer to it than fucking grape. Grape is not a flavor. Grape is an industrial paste. So I suppose we have to get back to talking about Ethan Ralph now.
Well, no, we could talk about Ethan Van Sciver's hats.
I mean,
'Cause,
we could talk about Cocaine Bear, which is like rock candy.
Well, Cocaine Bear's not out yet.
Yeah. But the tickets are available for Cocaine Bear.
Did you guys save the topic for me, like good people?
Of course.
Oh, I love you so much. Let me find the link.
Which topic? There are many topics.
The hats.
No.
Because
topic.
we don't have the ability to go into detail on hats like Church does.
I'm a graphic designer by trade, 18 years.
Well,
I moved into printing fabric because they wouldn't pay me enough to do what I was doing. But
well, I gotta go put my taquitos in the oven, which is gonna take me a second.
you're gonna give me someone who taquitos?
Yeah, I'm having some taquitos for dinner. What do you want? But at some point, we also have to give me 5 minutes to scream about the very notion, the absolute idea of female Snake Plissken in a Escape from New York remake, because that's just wrong.
I think I missed this, but go ahead.
No, I'm gonna go take care of my dinner first. Let Church talk about his hats.
Well, I have to find the link.
No.
Larry
did this.
Larry?
Larry did this, and my response was powerful enough that he sent GIF of dude eating popcorn.
I'd have to look up there for the hats, but it was about a week ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. There's a lot. There's some Velma, the 14th, Veggie Tales, Ralphomania. Kalen Salcedo, Venture Brother. Here we go. Got it. Found it. I just get it pulled up. So, say what you will about Ethan Van Sciver's comics. Say what you will about his fulfillment and all that good stuff. But his apparel grift from there's only 5 hours left, and he hasn't even raised $100,000 yet.
Jeez.
Almost 1,000 backers supposedly. Let's see what the updates say. Last day, we're in the final 24 hours. Can you give us any more support? Let other people know. Oh man.
We'll see Church right now.
Hold on. No. Back on January 16th, $40,000 in the first day and $37,000 for the next 2 weeks. How much of that $40,000 do you think John De La Rose will say Ethan contributed himself? Because that's an accusation that's been bandied about.
Oh, is it?
What? Hold up.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's some
accusation?
There's some tweets out there and some DMs from John De La Rose claiming that he has inside information that Ethan backs his own campaigns at least 100 times to show them as successes and get them on the front page of Indiegogo using sock accounts. I don't know the validity of these. However, these allegations have been raised. My thing here, though, has nothing to do with any of that. My thing here is just about some piss poor hats. So, first off, let's take a look at what we got on display here. That's not a hat, ladies and gentlemen. This is a drawing of a hat.
A shitty one at that.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
This is what they call an artist rendering. These are artist proofs of hats,
Yeah.
and it does look like he's got a mole inside one of the group chats I'm in where I was shit talking this, because on the day that I was initially talking about it, all of these images had the logo right around here of the firm that he used to design these. So basically what he's done is he sent a logo package over
Mhm.
to a design firm and asked for
Hey, can you give me a mock-up of what my hat's gonna look like?
right. And they just sent him several colorways, swapping out the logos and swapping out the colors and the treatments of all the hats.
Now, here's the thing: have you bought any T-shirts from Ethan?
No, because they look like they would all suck.
They're actually good shirts, and
Are
at
they?
least who we got the shirts from got the actual T-shirt material was really high quality.
Okay, well, here's the thing though. He's got 8 shirts for $300. Let's do some quick math.
What?
Let's do some quick math real quick.
Okay.
300 divided by 8. What do you guys think that is?
Too much for a t-shirt?
That's $37.50 a shirt
Yeah.
plus shipping.
Too much for a
Mhm.
shirt.
That's your discounted deal. That's your deal, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I mean, the shirts when he originally had them cost a lot less, but he wasn't selling the shirts through.
No, they're
Ethan-
$40 if you get them individually.
$40.
So
for a-
if you buy the bundle of all 8 shirts, you get a whopping discount of $2.50.
I'm just saying, Ethan Van Sciver possibly thinks his fans can't do math.
He's charging $22.50 for a beanie per beanie in the bundle.
Mhm.
For $90 for 4 beanies.
Also, the beanies don't look good, much like the hats don't look good.
His baseball caps that he's getting custom made, probably in bulk because these templates, okay, what this symbolizes is that he's having custom headwear made offshore. The lowest volume that I've ever seen be able to be ordered at the highest markup is probably $15 a hat for 100 units. It gets drastically cheaper at the 250 mark and even more cheap at the 500 mark. So I would hope he's at least ordering 250 of these to stock a merch store later on. But he's asking his fans to pay a premium of $32 per baseball cap.
I mean, I did buy one of Jim's hats, which was what, $30?
I mean, yeah, but that wasn't for the quality of the hat.
No,
That was for the meme.
It was for the meme and because I needed a hat.
Can we just agree that Ethan wants to be the Todd McFarlane of Comicsgate, and Todd McFarlane is also an asshole?
No.
Well, I mean, Todd McFarlane's a better artist.
And
But
has the
still
right
an
to be an
asshole.
asshole. But he has the right to be one.
Because he made his toy company.
Oh, you mean because Todd McFarlane actually makes successful companies that make money and deliver
When was
products?
the last time Todd McFarlane asked you to buy an idea?
I mean, this is true.
I mean, technically, he's asked me to buy the idea of him as a movie director.
If this was a serious person, all 17 hats for $450, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Keeping with this joke, Todd McFarlane is better about fulfilling his promises
the best deal
than Eric Larson,
$26.50 a hat,
who was in the same company.
Eric Larson is a pedophile,
right? But
Eric Larson decided at some point in time Savage Dragon needed to become a porn comic.
Well,
I don't understand why.
Yeah, but I was specifically referring to the fact that Eric Larson was responsible for multiple delays in production in early Image.
He
Right.
was. He's a piece
You
of
know
shit.
why?
Do
He's the
tell.
chief financial officer of the company. So he
Oh,
knew
boy.
where the money actually was and how much money they actually had.
Right. But see, the thing is like I am hard on Ethan without even barely knowing the guy, because the job is simple. The consumers give you money, you fulfill what you promised, then you start the next project. Rinse, repeat.
Before we get into this, let me get through my little spiel here.
All right.
Uh,
Also, what the fuck?
God damn it, Rune.
No, I'm sorry, but my brain is like, what the fuck does he mean? Property of Comicsgate.
Well, but look beyond that. Look at this design.
Did he actually get it trademarked?
What the no,
Yes.
yes. But that's not the
cocksucker.
point here. That's not the point.
All right.
Look at this design, okay? What the fuck does baseball have to do with Comicsgate, Ethan?
Well, there are people in Comicsgate like to wear baseball hats.
No. This is a baseball logo. This is like a team logo with that swoosh underneath, that tail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's a
right.
baseball thing.
Well, we'll see, Church. I'm going to touch on another of our subjects. I'm not segueing. I'm just touching on it. Okay. At some point, we're going to get on the WotC thing, and we're going to start talking about why is WotC and Hasbro doing what they're doing. And their perspective is that D&D is a lifestyle brand. Right?
It is
Look
now.
at
That's
this-
the goal
look at
of
this
all
slim-
big companies.
Right. Yeah,
well,
but
let's take a second and look at this slim cut shirt right here that has the word trademark worked into the design.
right.
And it says Comicsgate T. Yeah, the word above Comicsgate is trademark.
Oh
But-
Jesus fuck.
But here's the thing, Larry. Back in
Soy free in 2018.
Back in 1992, Midway, who was making Mortal Kombat and making good money in arcades, tried to make Mortal Kombat a lifestyle brand, because you couldn't just be good at video games. You also had to have your Mortal Kombat jacket and your Mortal Kombat sunglasses.
Well, no,
Okay.
that doesn't just make something a lifestyle brand. A lifestyle brand is actually deeper and more stupid.
No, I know, but I'm saying
it's so much more stupid, Rune.
I know, but what I'm getting at is that it didn't work then. It doesn't work now.
See, but that's the thing.
fucking-
No, Rune, you're wrong. It does work. That's the thing.
I
That's,
mean,
that's
Apple
one of my.
Computers is $1 trillion company because it's a lifestyle brand.
I am never gonna buy a Comicsgate lifestyle brand T-shirt and/or hat from Ethan Van Sciver, and not because I dislike it,
You
but because
won't.
I'm never gonna buy them.
See, but that's
Nobody
the thing, Rune.
fucking should.
No, but
but
Rune.
the 500 people that suck on his balls every day on his live streams and accept the fact that his comic books are 3 hours or 3 years late.
Look,
those people will buy everything
Look,
he puts out because it's for the movement, man.
No, I see. I'm gonna
Rune.
say the thing. I'm gonna say the thing that's gonna start a war for all the 2 people that watch this. If you buy this shirt or you buy this hat, you are not a comics fan. You are not into comics. You are into being comics adjacent and being, claiming to be into comics.
See,
Okay?
but Rune, that's what a lifestyle brand is. You see that, and I'm only talking about this because of the rabbit hole I went on all week. You see that in motorcycles with Harley Davidson too. You can get fucking Harley Davidson underwear, like all this shit. I personally would never buy a Harley made after 1950. And I probably ride more than most of like the boomers that like to LARP like they're in the Hell's Angels and stuff back in the 70s. And this is the exact same thing. This is a LARP saying you're part of some bigger movement that's part of like changing culture and stuff.
The thing is,
that's all this is.
The thing is, I was on Raven Wolfgar's podcast yesterday, right? And as we were talking about stuff and game related, I made the comparison of metal culture, right? Because everybody's like, "Well, you guys have the cut," and it's like, "Yeah, we have cuts, we got patches, right?"
Oh,
but
I fucking hate that term. Your cut. Fuck off.
It's
a
hey,
vest.
I didn't invent the term. I'm just
I know.
being accurate.
They use that
It's a-
in the motorcycle world too.
It's
My
a
cut.
fucking jacket, okay?
Yeah.
You have your jacket, you've got your patches. All right. Now, on paper, you don't have to go to all the concerts to get those patches. You can just get them any fucking where. You can get them on Amazon, you get them from AC, I don't care. Right? But
You can go to Kiwi Farms and get patches and support the
Right.
good work that the people at Kiwi Farms do, chronicling Ethan Ralph.
Actually, to be fair, a cut is it's a vest. It's a cut off leather jacket.
right.
Yeah.
But
It's meant to be worn over all of your clothes to display your gang colors in the biker community.
Yeah.
But the thing is
And
that
Hex, everybody is way too diplomatic for us. It's okay.
the thing is that in the metal scene, right? Having patches that you didn't earn by not going to the concert outs you as a poser. And posers are obnoxious. Right?
Yeah.
Being a comics fan is a combination of having way too much knowledge about unimportant shit with continuity and having comics and having read comics. That's all that matters. It's not about collectors. It's not about dudes with hermetically sealed copies of old comics that are worth $1 million. It's not about t-shirts. It's not
here's
about
the thing,
hats.
Rune. Here's the thing, Rune. Those collector guys, they're keeping the comic book shops alive.
Oh, I know, but at the end of the day, they're not comics fans. They're comic owners. They're comic possessors.
Well,
And they also they actually rival people like Ethan on streams for total stream volume.
and I have an interesting counter for you, Rune. What you would consider me a comics person, right?
Well, I actually whole cloth disagree with Rune's statement. People that collect those old comics and never read them and keep the comic stores alive, they're potentially the biggest comic fans out there because they're buying pieces of history and preserving them. People would preserve like museum pieces.
No. There are people who are interested in comics preservation who are indeed comics fans. Okay? What I'm talking about is the ultra wealthy hyper professional, right? Who, brings you into his personal 3-object museum and is like, hey, you see that? Yeah, that's like an original Superman, hermetically sealed, never been opened. And it's not about preserving comics. It's about his cred to other rich people while not being a traditional rich person.
Okay.
It's how he throws his balls on the table.
Okay, I think I understand where you're coming from. So it'd be the difference between like a collector buying a 1958 Gibson Les Paul guitar, which is touted as one of the best years for those who don't know, versus someone like me who if I got one, like I go play it at some dirty smoky bar because it's cool.
I mean, I'm going to use the dumbest example in history. Okay, you have the people who buy Beanie Babies because they're cute for their kid or their wife or their grandma, right? And they've got a dozen of them because you end up with a dozen of them, and they're Beanie Baby fans, right? And then you have those avaricious psychopaths that it's like, I need the rarest Beanie Baby now.
Yeah. So basically, what I just said,
right?
Actually, just buying the item just because it's rare and worth money versus acquiring an item of a particular hobby you have because you enjoy it and you just so happen to be able to afford a
$1
million comic.
I mean, I even have a personal example. I got the
Nick Cage owns a copy of Action #1, and he's also a comic fan.
Right, but that's the thing. Everything Nick Cage does tells you he's a comic fan. The fact that he was trying to be Superman at one time and looked awful.
To be fair,
do it.
I love his Ghost Rider movies.
The first one's okay. The second one's kind of shit.
The second one's way more batshit crazy, which means I like it way better.
So Church, have we dissected why the hats suck?
No, we haven't. The hats suck because all of their treatments, like, look at this. All right. See this color in between the black bill?
Mm-hmm.
That is what we call a sandwich visor. That's a treatment that went out of style probably 15 years ago.
Now,
Contrast
church, though.
stitching, while I think is a really cool feature, also went out of style about 10 years ago.
I mean,
Contrast
Ethan
taping,
Van
very
Sciver was
similar.
last popular.
Why
in a
would you
major-
want contrast printed? Why would you want contrast printed taping on a hat when the contrast printed taping is always going to be touching your head? It is spending money that you don't fucking need to spend for a feature that nobody's going to fucking see except the person that buys the goddamn hat.
That was good.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, these are fucking. I designed hats like these when I was a first year design student at Logo Works, and people paid for them. They paid a premium for them, but back then you could get those hats for $5 a pop when you ordered 1,000 of them, and they gave them away as promotional items to get their name out there. The thing was, they would splatter their company logo from visor to visor, one side to the other across these front two panels. This all caps comics bullshit. What are you going to buy? The one issue of Cyberfrog that's available on eBay?
Well, don't they have like the reprint issue available on eBay too?
Oh, the 90s reprints. What was it called? Unforgettable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
Brick.
good.
Get out of the YouTube chat. Get back over to Rumble. We want more viewers. You fucker. We're down a viewer over there now. Come on.
But no, it's just all of these pieces of merchandise. Like, first and foremost, what the fuck does the American flag have to do with Comicsgate? We have comic skaters over in the UK. Are you fucking ostracizing them from All Caps Comics? Do you not want their talent to be part of your company? I guess not. You know, soy free. So if we drink soy milk, we can't be part of All Caps Comics. If we're watching our figure, like, unlike you fat fuck. Baseball logo. Yeah, because
I only drink whole milk, and I'm probably a third of his size. So that's bullshit. Drinking soy to stay in shape. Come on.
I just, none of this looks good. None of this is exciting. And first and foremost, you're crowdfunding a project with artist rendering of pictures and not final garments. Like, first off, these garments don't exist yet. So I'm spending at least $27 an item. At most $40 to $50 an item to get the idea of a hat that might be made if you reach your goal, which, because you barely made, you didn't even make as much money as you did in the first 24 hours in the next 2 weeks on this campaign. Mm-hmm. You've sold 0 of every beanie. You've sold 3 9 baseball caps, 7 17 hats, 3 all caps hats, 4 CG cap, 5 CG beanies, 24 individual, 26, 31, 38, 50 or 49, 57, 65, 84 t-shirts total. Apparently, this was the bestseller. Was the CG ball cap with the skull on it in the gray scheme with the red highlights. I mean, I will give them to them. That's the best design they had, so it makes sense that sold the best. Oh, this is what I meant here.
So what this is telling me
Let's take a look
is
here.
I'm assuming he announced this on a live stream or something. So my guess is
Who the fuck knows? I don't watch his live streams.
I mean, I don't
But
think.
yeah, you can
any of
see
us do.
the company's logo right here. The SC thing that's going on right here.
Yeah.
See that red logo right there? St. Clair Apparel or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, we know
He didn't even design these fucking things himself.
we know what gentlemen prefer the superior T-shirt.
I mean,
Oh,
gentlemen
he threw
prefer
a comic
blogs.
over here for $20. It
Well,
got
they-
500 people. Hold on. On his apparel campaign, 500 almost of the 989 backers backed a comic
Mhm.
that wasn't even advertised in the main campaign.
Mm-hmm.
The superior T-shirt is relapse time.
Yeah.
We need to get that. We need. To
I
get
bet
that
we
part.
sell more. I bet we sell more. It's relapse time T-shirts and ESO comic skate shirts. If
Dude,
we put
I
those
will-
out.
I will post links all over social media every single day.
Oh, I
if we set something up for relapse time T-shirts,
oh guys, you don't understand. Relapse time has an advantage over a comic skate shirt.
because
In
it's
that-
funny.
Yes, but also it has universality, right?
True.
So when you drop this, if you drop a campaign for a relapse time shirt, I'm taking it to my pagan friends. I'm taking it to my weirdo friends on
Here's the thing, Rune. I wouldn't drop a crowd fund for a relapse time shirt. I would take money. I would have shirts made, and I would put up a picture of the actual shirt that we had physical versions of.
Right.
Because how much does it
And
cost
say-
you to make your shirt church roughly? T-shirt.
How many are we making overall?
Well,
let's
no,
say-
I'm talking
let's-
about make for a demo model. Make it a demo T-shirt.
$20. $20 to get a sample.
Let's say we're gonna start with 100 if we're gonna have them all ordered and ready and made and ready to be shipped as soon as people.
You're under
want 'em.
$12 a garment. You could sell them
Okay.
for $20 and make a profit.
But what I'm getting at is that I'm going to tell my friends over in the OSR, the tabletop guys, okay? And they're all going to want one. Because let me tell you, DMs, long-term DMs, often have relapses. Okay? Many a gamer, many a weirdo that I know will want this shirt for any number of reasons.
I'm just pointing out that looking at this campaign, I would never, ever, ever give money to something like this for the simple fact that I'm looking at a drawing. Okay. If you're serious, you have a working prototype on somebody's fucking head, and you have model pictures of this hat in all of these fucking varying stages.
I will double down on this. If it happens, once my job is more stable, once my house is more clean, once Ayrton is safely traveling again, that we decide to lose our minds and scurry off to a convention to do our live show from a convention.
Oh, I still want to do that so bad.
Not only do we all need to be wearing It's Relapse Time t-shirts,
We have to have some for sale.
but we will be selling some and we will make bank.
Oh yeah,
And,
1,000%.
Absolutely.
And the show that occurs during my birthday weekend, they'll have pictures of me at a convention that you can share with the people.
Will you also be
you need to
wearing
send me-
It's Relapse
You gotta
Time
send me
shirt?
you gotta send me a DM. We'll get you an It's Relapse Time shirt.
Now, here's the thing, though, about the It's Relapse Time T-shirt. What if we made a parody of Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls on the shirt?
I don't know. I kind of like the design we have without.
Well,
This is
here's
true.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You go in stages. So you start with the basic "It's Relapse Time" T-shirt that we've got, right? If that does well, then you open up. Do you guys want a hat? Do you guys want a wristband? Do you guys want the variant shirt with the bubbles throwing up behind a dumpster?
No,
Bubbles.
it's
Bubbles
it's
as
gotta
Alex
be
Jones.
no, it's got to be
Right.
this Bubbles.
Right. Right.
I like that Buttercup is black. Is
I-
that some white face going on right there?
I'm just saying you
think
build
it
up
is.
you build up to the Calvin and Hobbes peeing on your car level of silliness.
You know, the creator of Calvin and Hobbes wanted to shut that shit down so bad.
Oh, I know. He was really mad.
Let's see. Einbrecht says, "This is genuinely why I appreciate Church's perspective on matters like this. He brings expertise and knowledge to the table. It's literally his field of work."
That's why I was looking forward to this hot take from Church.
Hey,
Well,
Church.
I mean, it's yeah.
You want to go crazy sometime? We'll find a friend of mine or yours or somebody who can do STL files in the appropriate sizing. I got a 3D printer.
He assumes I'm not crazy all the time.
Oh, I know. But I have a 3D printer. I get that shit set up. We can start selling Distaff Powerpuff Girl miniatures under the It's Relapse Time pattern, so that you too, for your D&D game, can have drunk, stoned, angry Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Thugs. We'll just call them Powerpuff Thugs.
So now the big question is,
That's what I pulled into Google to put in the fucking image.
if we were to do a convention and have It's Relapse Time shirts for sale and we're wearing them, do we do a live in front of people at the convention reread of the Powerpuff Girls script, and do I destroy my voice to do it?
We would have to have a panel for that. We couldn't do it just at the show.
I hate to say this
We would have
because
to
this
have a
sounds
panel.
this sounds
fair.
presumptive. Not the first time. If we go to a convention once, sell a bunch of It's Relapse Time shirts, and it goes very, very well, and we decide to do it again, then we arrange a panel.
Because I would do that as like a stage play.
Because you guys don't understand, because this is my field of work. Not only would we have It's Relapse Time shirts, we'd have a little bit of Church of Failure gear to throw into and out of bags, like wristbands, pins, things of that nature. We'd have business cards with our name and contact info on them.
I mean, Church knows the companies in China that you can get a gross of those things for 50 cents.
Quite frankly,
I do.
Quite frankly, there are 3 things that I think It's Relapse Time needs to be on that are not clothing related. You need
Coasters.
Beer
you can do coasters, but I was gonna say coffee cup,
Yep.
metal flask, shot
Yep.
glasses.
Yeah.
Beer koozies.
Yeah, beer koozies. Beer koozies are great.
Bottle
That's the
openers.
cheapest options. But yeah, bottle openers, beer koozies, coffee cups.
Anything,
cocaine,
anything,
cocaine bullets.
No, cocaine spoons.
Ah.
bongs. Anything where the implication
Oh, that's
is you're
easy.
anything where the implication is
I
you're
know where-
losing
I know
your
where we
war with sobriety.
Not bongs. We got to get we got to get into the new generation, gentlemen. Vape batteries.
Oh, I know. Actually, Church, I know where we can get those with custom logos on it for like $2 a piece.
Nigga, I have the piece of equipment to print the logo. I know where I can get them for $1 a piece.
Well, then we can get them $1. Then we can get them $1 a piece or less.
See,
without our logo
Ayrton,
printed on them.
this is where I shouldn't be allowed to make suggestions. This is where I shouldn't be allowed to make suggestions because my brain goes very bad places.
I mean, I can also
we make some Power Thug specialty cigars that when you smoke them,
Oh
That'll
yeah, the
cost-
blossom, the bubbles, and the buttercup.
right? When you smoke them, it looks very inappropriate where the filter goes.
Well, there's not a filter on cigars, one, Rune, and two, to get
Yeah,
custom
you
made.
cut the end off of a cigar.
Yeah, to get custom made cigars is way more expensive than you would think.
But not custom banded cigars.
We could get bulk, like floor sweeping cheap cigars and put bands on them.
with pink, blue, and green bands on them.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get like a custom blended and rolled cigar is so obnoxiously
Right,
expensive.
you have to kidnap a
See-
couple Cubans to make that
See,
happen.
I don't know.
I have enough contacts in the industry.
You have a
we
couple of
could-
Cubans in your basement already.
That's the thing.
No, I know enough people in the cigar industry. I probably could get it done if we had like $200,000 to do it.
Okay, so two things. One, see, I don't know these things about the industry, but I know that you do, which is why I brought it up.
Yeah.
And second,
Yeah, it would be very expensive.
but secondly, this is also the lead-in for our new television show starring Ayrton called Breaking Blues.
What?
It's about Ayrton McCartney's illicit cigar making operation with 2 kidnapped Cubans in his basement.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, Ayrton, next time you come down to Florida,
Yeah.
we can go places where they still have old Cubans making cigars.
Yeah. No, I know Ybor Street and all of that area.
I'm
It's
just
called
disappointed
something
that Joe didn't
anymore.
capitalize on the name Breaking Balls as our cigar brand.
See, but that's the thing. I actually kind of hate Cuban cigars. So if I were in charge of this project, they would be Nicaraguan.
I mean, the
Most
stuff
likely.
they
You smoked
the
so
stuff they-
many reject Cubans.
No, I've
mean-
smoked quite a few real Cubans. They're okay, but they're not worth $40.
No, but the thing is you smoke so many reject Cubans that you understand that they're shit at their job regardless of their rejects or not.
Actually, I prefer the reject Cubans over the real one.
I mean, the guys in Nicaragua who are making the Nicaraguan cigars are Cubans. Well, let's keep
are.
it real.
They are. So it's
Well,
actually
I do-
it has to do with you got this is your guys' fault. So it has to do with the fact that in Cuba, since it's state run and they've been growing the same tobacco in the same fields for 500
Mhm.
years, there's essentially no nutrients left in the soil.
Yep.
So the tobacco doesn't taste that good. And during the communist revolution, pretty much every single top tier grower and roller all fled with bags of tobacco seeds because you can fit, I don't know, 10,000 tobacco seeds in a small Ziploc bag. They're very, very small. So they all fled to Nicaragua, Honduras, Ecuador. So that's why those cigars are so much better now than Cuban cigars. Sure, maybe 50 years ago, Cubans were the top kind of top tier benchmark you could get to, but not really these days.
Well, that's the thing, Ayrton. This brings it back around to what we were talking about with comics. Real aficionados go with what's good. Posers who want status want Cubans because then they want to imply that they're Cubans from like before the communist revolution or something.
No,
Well,
there's pre-revolution Cubans out there.
See, Root, I think so. People misunderstand this when I say I hate Cubans. My take has always been with cigars, at least. If you enjoyed that cigar that you smoked, then that's a good cigar. It doesn't matter what I think, even though yeah, I'm technically the quote unquote professional. It's a consumable product. If you enjoyed it and you feel like you got your money's worth out of that cigar, no matter what it is,
okay,
then
Ayrton,
that's a good cigar.
I will believe you that you don't hate Cubans because you like big-butted Latino women. But how do you feel about Bulgarians?
I told you guys in the group chat it's Mediterraneans that I don't like. I don't know anything about Bulgarians.
So this is a great segue for something I want to bring to for racism time. I put the link to it in the private chat there.
All right, let
There's a
me
new
get the-
Netflix movie.
Let me get the banner up. Okay.
So there's a new Netflix movie where Netflix decided, hey, let's do Look Who's Coming to Dinner, but worse. We start off by how
wait a minute. I want to be clear. They're remaking one of the most important and actually funny classic movies with Sidney Poitier, but bad.
Yes.
Why?
So the Sidney Poitier character is played by Jonah Hill.
Oh, gross.
And it's about Jonah Hill being a Jewish stock market trader in Los Angeles who wants to quit his job and be a pop culture podcaster full time. And he meets a black lady whose parents are militant black Muslims.
Nope, that didn't work. God.
And he wants to.
Why'd you send me a Wikipedia article?
Because that was the easy thing I was looking at the time.
Fair enough.
And his black girlfriend is trying to get started in Hollywood. And they have a really dumb plot as to why she's not able to be successful. Stupid. They're saying, oh, people from Harvard wouldn't know what Howard University is. No, they do. Like, that's like a thing. Everybody knows that Howard University is the black Harvard. Bill Cosby made a big deal about that. And Jonah Hill's mom has a thing with the black girlfriend that she wants to say, I'm totally not racist. I love black and brown people. And that's the movie.
I just want to point out that the only thing that I have noticed about this is that Eddie Murphy is playing a character named Akbar.
Yes. Because that's his Muslim name.
It's a trap.
No, not just that, but Allah
Is this a
Akbar.
better picture?
Yeah.
His name is one half of a bomb joke. I'm also disappointed at I'm also disappointed at Julia Louis-Dreyfus and David Duchovny for being in this.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
In fairness, David Duchovny will cash
There
a
we
check.
go.
He will 100% cash a check.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure this might be something he did just to keep his SAG card active.
Oh well, I fucked up this screen. Oops. I fucked up this screen share. Anyways,
And the wedding ends because the mom.
Is this supposed to
Jonah
be?
Hill,
Is this supposed to be a fish?
well, no, they're both dumb millennials in Los Angeles whose parents are totally in the old culture. It's about how the kids help the parents realize that they were wrong and to be part of a happy family together. An anti-Semitic black Muslim.
It's a shitty fish out of water.
Well, no, it's not a fish out of water because they all live in LA.
Then what is it?
They're just all swimming in the same bad brown water in California.
Yes. And Jonah Hill gets taken to a barber shop in the Crip neighborhood wearing a red sweater.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yes, but the thing is that it's not obvious when you're watching the movie that's what's happening. So they played it as a punchline later in a dramatic moment. But oh, you should have just played that for laughs, straight up.
Oh. Like I feel like he should have been walking into a bar that says like no colors next to the door as you're walking in and stuff like that. That would have been, kind of funny. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. That was my Arizona sweet tea deciding to get vengeance on me for the union.
I mean, You kind of deserve it. Anyways, continue with the review, Larry.
So you have very painfully cringy Los Angeles references, painfully cringy woke references. It's just cringe for 2 hours.
Also, real quick, no colors only exist in biker bars.
That is correct. And Jonah Hill's sister in the movie is a lesbian that's trying to hit on his black girlfriend, which is really fucking weird. And they have like a really, really uncomfortable section at the synagogue in the opening sequence. And he does his podcast with a dumpy black lesbian. Just like there's so many weird aesthetic choices in this movie. I don't understand them.
The deep dark secret is that of the two of them, the kid that played the Green Goblin was funnier than Jonah Hill and was the funny one of their pairing. And now they don't work together.
This is also correct. I agree with that. And the other
because Jonah Hill hasn't been caught sexually assaulting anyone yet.
That and Church's last prostate exam was funnier than Jonah Hill. So
I don't think Jonah Hill has ever been funny.
And I also watched on Netflix for trash from Netflix. This one was at least not bad. As in,
wait, are we done with
me.
racism time?
Yeah, because there's not really a lot of details to it. It's all about, hey, this is a woke, anxious Jewish guy with neuroticism. Hey, this is his black girlfriend. Oh no, their families aren't really comfortable, but the Jewish family's pretending like it is.
Oh my god. It's Meet the Fuckers, but bad.
Yes. Yes.
Well, because here's the thing. When that movie came out with its name, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be awful," and it was worse because my old man was on. Oh, it's not Fokker, it's Fokker because that's an actual name. It's like, yeah, but that's the joke. We know what the joke is. The thing is that Ben Stiller, who I usually do not think is funny, opposite De Niro, is hilarious.
Yeah. That was actually pretty good.
Holy shit, he's so funny together.
De Niro's whole comedy run until it went bad was amazing.
And it all hinges on De Niro is a great straight man. He really, really is.
What was?
I mean, the classic is.
What's that movie?
You milked me.
Or
right.
What's that movie called? Is it Stardust? With it's a weird fantasy-ish movie where like a star falls to Earth and she's like a chick and this dude goes on like this quest and De Niro plays like a gay cross-dressing pirate. Am I the only one that saw this movie?
I need to find this movie now.
Oh, it's great. I'm seriously the only one who's seen this.
I think so.
I am silently questioning your masculinity now, but I think you're the only one.
Dude, it's so good. It's such a good movie.
He found some tip-top trash that we have not yet found.
Yeah, it came out in 2007. Let's see. Romantic fantasy adventure film starring Matthew Vaughn and co-written by Matthew Vaughn and Jane Goldman, based on Neil Gaiman's 1999 novel of the same name.
I mean, there's one reason why I didn't watch it.
It's so... Dude, the movie's so good, though. Oh, wow. It has, let's see, Charlie Cox, Ricky Gervais, Rupert Everett, Peter O'Toole, Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro, and it's narrated by Ian McKellen.
Nice.
So,
the other piece of trash that I saw, also I put the link in the doobly-doo. It's Lockwood and Company, based off a popular young adult series of books. The setting is pretty basic tier urban fantasy. but it's good urban fantasy. And yeah, could you pull that back up from the YouTube there, Church?
Sorry.
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? 1967 black and white families original movie. That is correct.
And awesome.
It's an awesome movie.
Didn't that get Poitier his Academy Award?
That is one of the things that got him an Academy Award.
Or did he get that for Heat of the Night?
I'd have to look up it. He was nominated several times before he eventually won.
Yeah.
So, Lockwood and Company is about an urban fantasy where there's been a bit of a post-apocalyptic doobly-doo, and the world's been changed. Ghosts are now real, and people kind of panicked once they realized ghosts were real. And there's a little collapse of civilization until people figure out how to bust ghosts using magic, which is also real, but it's psychic powers as magic.
Okay. According to the Wikipedia article you linked, it sounds like the show Psych, but with like real magic and not funny.
Well, it's not supposed to be funny. It's not that kind of a show.
All right.
And our titular protagonist is a young woman who was talented at the ability to fight the ghosts, but she didn't want to fight the ghosts. But her mom, who was like, "Listen, you're a mouth to feed to my home. You're draining me of my finances. Go get a job." And then that goes horribly wrong, as forced child labor generally tends to do, and she ran away from home to get a real job. But it went horribly wrong. She discovered secrets about, paranormal governmental police forces. And she and her plucky band of outsiders have to fix everything. I'm normally soft-touch for these kind of shows. And the pacing in the first 3 episodes was So I'm probably not going to watch the rest of it. That's the thing. You have to really get your pacing right when you're doing a show like this. Because you got 8. And I only give shows that at least don't offend me on the first episode 3 episodes to watch, just because it takes 3 episodes to really figure out what you're doing.
I mean, I don't know if you know, but that's the anime standard.
It's also a TV standard.
If you're watching an anime, and you want to be certain that you're not just misunderstanding cultural nuances, you give it 3 episodes, and if it still sucks after 3, you know it actually sucks.
All right, but by the way, I think next week, because there's a movie I've seen that none of you guys have, we have to review that. So
what movie?
The one where De Niro's the gay pirate?
Yeah.
Right.
Stardust. So there's a link, an informational link over in the Twitter chat.
All right.
And they don't actually talk about whether he's gay. He's just a cross-dressing like sky pirate.
He's just fabulous.
Yeah, he's a little fabulous. It's good. Rune, it could go either. You're gonna hate it or you're gonna love it. I'm not sure which way it's gonna go. Church is probably gonna think it's fun. Larry will probably think it's okay, but Rune, you're the wild card. I'm not sure. You're either gonna think it's great or you're gonna absolutely hate it.
I mean, that's what she said.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about Bulgarians yet? Because I'm still really confused about this.
Well, I mean, that old timey racism is something we don't understand.
Are we going to start saying, "Give me that old timey racism"? It's good enough for me.
I mean, yeah. But they actually did a Family Guy joke about old timey racism, talking about the filthy gargantuan Swedes.
Does that count as... I feel like people get this mixed up a lot. Racism versus prejudice.
They do confuse those two things.
I mean, the Bulgarians are a Turkic people, so you could argue they're part of the Turkic race.
Yeah, is that splitting hairs a little bit?
It is. Because all the race stuff is made up and fake.
Because like I said, I don't care for. I typically don't like Mediterranean people. Greeks and Italians are top of the list, but I don't know if that classifies as racism.
Look,
I don't like them. I find them annoying. I would rather not be around them.
look,
They're pushy. They're loud.
Look, you can't talk about Larry's people like that.
It's ultimately.
I only converted to those people.
I didn't say anything about the Jews.
Joined them. I joined those people.
Look,
my people are from the British Isles, Scandinavia, and something from that little southern corner of Spain and France,
and parts of Argentina.
Well, we have 10 minutes left of the official show, and I've stuck it out. So
look, it is ultimately all the same bullshit. Because
hold up.
Whatever biases Ian Fleming had were his biases of many, many years ago, and he's dead. So,
but let's do the last 10 minutes on what appears to be a total victory over Hasbro.
Let's
end.
I'm googling Bulgarian stereotypes at the moment, so hold on.
I actually have a question for everyone before we get into that.
Certainly.
Yeah, just pull this up. Moondragon on Twitter had a great question.
She did.
Yeah,
that
she
surprising.
retweeted Dylan, Spirit Night 2. My boss denied me a raise before my shift today. What's some music you have never wanted to hear in a coffee shop? To which I responded with Darude, Sandstorm on repeat for 12 hours. I think I won this exchange, but I didn't know if you guys had anything better.
No. The only thing I would say would be Yoko Ono. But
so on a road trip, my friend Mark and
nothing Yoko Ono has ever done could be considered music, Ayrton.
Hold up.
Possibly war crimes.
Let me tell you what a friend of mine did. So this was in the mid-90s. We were on a road trip, and we were finishing lunch at the Pizza Hut Pizza Buffet. It was somewhere in Central Florida. I don't remember exactly where at the time. And he had not one, but 2 rolls of quarters. And he put all of that
rolling in the dough.
He put all of those. He put all of those quarters into the jukebox, which Pizza Huts are known for, and he put all of that money behind one song. This was back in the day when a song was 25 cents on a jukebox.
Are you aping John Mulaney's best lunch ever?
No. This is the thing that actually happened to me.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So my friend put down $20 in quarters on "I Love You, You Love Me" by Barney. And he did that just as we were paying our checks and walking out of the Pizza Hut.
Wait, so $20 in quarters?
And that was a quarter a play. So that was 20 times around that.
So you know the John Mulaney bit I'm talking about, right?
I do.
Okay, because I've wanted to do that for years. Play "What's New Pussycat" on repeat at some dive bar.
I always just did "In the Air Tonight."
I can feel it coming in her hair tonight.
Yeah,
it's a good one. Anyways, Rune, let's make you mad about gender swapping and whatever Wizards of the Coast is doing.
No. Let's
Wizards of the
talk
Coast.
about the OGL.
Well, the thing is it's spent. You've missed the window just because of scheduling.
No, I don't think I have, because nobody is ever going to trust Wizards again.
Oh no, Wizards is fucked. It is glorious, but the thing is that
I just sold off $2,000
I-
worth of loose magic cards today because you know.
I am sorry to report it's not a victory, and the people that are claiming it's a victory are incredibly premature.
We are still waiting on the actual final documents to appear.
It has well. The thing is that what they did is they rolled back on some with a shift in perspective, right? So they acceded some bits, but they didn't accede everything, and they didn't accede it in a way that they can't renege at any time.
Well, I mean, they're putting the SRD into a Creative Commons hold. That does lock that shit down for good.
Right, but that is a cookie to distract people while they continue with the procedure they actually want to do, which is setting up a walled garden structure for a virtual tabletop digital format.
Mm.
Because Lorraine and what's his name, former Microsoft employees, really want to turn D&D into a multimedia platform.
Right, but the problem is this is going to get in the way of their making D&D into a movie. So that all needs to be put on the DL for a couple of years.
Well, there's that, and also they released this announcement the day after the anniversary of D&D's creation. So they hemmed and hawed and dragged their feet until they had to do something good, because if they let the anniversary pass unremarked, it would have looked even worse. We're weird. We take that kind of thing personal. It was a victory. It's not VE Day. It's not victory in Washington. It's just a victory, and it's more of a concede. I describe it as a ceasefire. They called for a ceasefire by giving us some concessions, and then so far it's working. Because all of the half-hearted dipshits who weren't very serious about stepping away anyway, but were down with being part of a zeitgeist when it was safe, are instantly saying, "I'm going back to D&D, the game I love," and it's like, you fucking half-ass. Because they love that corpo cock. They love corpo cock. It's their favorite thing.
Because it's part of their lifestyle brand. If they're not into D&D, then they're not themselves.
Well, I would argue if they're not into if they don't have a cock in their mouth, they're not themselves.
I mean, that's the long-term goal of lifestyle branding. That's why Apple's a $1 trillion company. Yeah, that's why Apple's a $1 trillion company. That's why Starbucks is the dominant coffee brand in the country.
Yes, Church?
What's new, pussycat? Pussycat, pussycat, I've got flowers and lots of hours to spend with you. So go and bother.
I just want to point out that Tom Jones said, "You either give me that pussy, or you catch these hands." On the album cover.
I mean, that's a good segue to the other thing that Ayrton wanted to hear about. If you guys want
segue my ass, we got 2 minutes before I close the show down.
And I got 2 minutes to rant about they want to do a female cover of Escape from New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you ran about that. You do that.
Because, quite frankly, the very idea that they want to do an official Hollywood-approved porn parody of an excellent movie, because you know that the second they have a female Snake Plissken, the first thing that's going to happen is all of the villains
Rule 34, yes.
is going to want her body, right, is fucking awful. And it's not fucking awful just because it's a bad idea that changes the context of everything and fails to understand that Snake Plissken is a cowboy. It was already a throwback at the time, but oh yeah, I just want to put it out there. it fails at being a porn parody because the porn parody of Escape from New York is going to be better. Because we live in an era where
is that a thing? I'm gonna
if
look
it's
at it.
not, it's going to be if they do a female-led
Rule
Snake
34,
Plissken.
Ayrton.
Okay.
I'm still looking it up.
If it exists,
I
there's
mean-
porn of it.
I mean, Ayrton, they
Which
got
is-
porn parodies of superhero movies that haven't been made.
Which are still better than the superhero movies getting made. The joke,
Like-
literally, if you have never seen this, is that the costuming and the personalities of the actors is closer to comics than the official Hollywood versions.
There's actually a guy who just does superhero porn movies who says that it's important to get that right so that
I mean-
people can engage with the content.
I mean, quite frankly, right now, at this exact minute, there are people talking about the fact that the Scooby-Doo porn parody is more accurate than the Velma TV show. And that's freaking sad.
Well, you know what? We should do a show where we talk about the conspiracy theory that Velma is a psyop.
You know, normally I say that stuff's bullshit, but this thing is so bad I can believe that.
Is it worse than Darude playing over both of you talking?
No, because I can.
That's good music.
No, I can. The thing is, I can actually jam on this.
That's because we're cultured people, but you know.
Dude, if you don't turn it off soon, I'm about to pop and lock it.
Well, I mean,
So,
Pop, lock,
so
and drop
that sounds like a time for Ayrton.
Ayrton, are you gonna put on blackface and do your inner Billy Blanks?
yeah,
it.
of course. I just got some new
it's-
shoe polish in the mail. You know,
It's his
gonna be
inner
good.
Ted Danson.
My inner Justin Trudeau.
He's,
Come on
he's
now.
gonna tell his version of the aristocrats. That's all.
So, Ayrton, I think this music is a great time for
Mammy!
you to say goodnight, everybody.
What?
This music is a great opportunity for you to say goodnight, everybody.
Oh, probably, but I was in the middle of screaming out "mammy" over top of it. Hold on, I
I'm just
gotta
gonna
wait.
let it loop until you say goodnight.
I gotta wait for the beat to drop. Come on.
This is techno, not drum and bass. The beat's never gonna drop.
Oh no, the beat's about to drop.
Beat's
Oh,
about
is
to
it?
drop.
Yeah. Have you never listened to the song all the way through?
I've listened to this song on a 12-hour repeat. That's how I know it's the worst thing ever.
he has the scars to prove it.
What were you on when you were listening to it on a 10-hour repeat?
Mushrooms and LSD.
So we need those relapse time shirts.
I was,
and
as
we'll
the
only
kids call
play
it,
this song.
Rick rolling.
I don't know if that's what they call it.
Here it comes.
I'm so hard right now. All right. Good night, everybody. I said it. Why are we still live?
Oh no! You did this to you.
I was gonna say because Church has had a stroke and he's just staring in a coma at the
No.
screen.
Ayrton knows what just happened.
I do know what. You know, I could also end the show, but this is too good.
Don't do it. Unless you want to lose your power, don't do it.
You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's all I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this far any other time. I just want to.
Anyway, I want to take this time to talk about the K-pop guy that has the Rick Ashley voice. Nah, I'm
What?
just fucking around. Good night, everybody.